Good morning, everybody. How is your day going so far? I hope it's going great. We got in from LA last night and made it a safe trip. It was really good, and it's good to be home. Sleep in your own bed always feels good to come home, doesn't it? When you've been gone and you're like, oh. Now we just gotta unpack our photo albums and our passports and all that stuff and get it back. That's most of the stories I'm seeing on Facebook this morning is people unpacking their stuff and getting back to regular life. So there's Ileana. Hi, my friend. Ileana is who we stayed with, and they were so sweet to us. I can't even tell you how kind they were to us. I'm so grateful. If you're on, say good morning to me. Hey, good morning, Carrie. Great to see you. Well, listen, we all have critics, right? Hey, Aunt Christine, maybe Erica's there too. Good morning, Mom. Lynn Pulse Pierce, that's my mom, you guys. You should follow her. She's got great advice and lots of encouragement. Good morning, Kristen. Great to see you from Arizona. Erica from Florida. Nice to see you. Hey. So I'm going to be talking a little bit. Oops. Hold on. Let me take this out. I just forgot. I didn't brush my teeth, so I put in gum so it wouldn't hurt you guys. Anyway, so we all have critics, right? We all have them. And I put up this post last night, and it said, you can listen to the critics or you can listen to your calling. I love you too. And you have to decide which one because you can't listen to both. Now, there's things that we can take from our critics that can help us, but we have to be distinct in what we're listening to. And so good morning, Linda, I saw you. And who else said hi that I didn't get to say? Oh, Carrie. And good morning, I love you, Christine and Erica. And so a while back, somebody said something to me. And you know, sometimes our critics can throw us a curveball, right? So we kind of are not expecting this, and then something comes and we're like, oh my gosh, what do we do with this? Does this ever happen to you? It happens to me. And so, you know, I hadn't told anybody about this thing that somebody said to me. And finally yesterday, I've been mulling it over in my mind and thinking about it. Do I do this? Do I not do this? What's going on? Finally, I called Damien yesterday. I'm like, babe, did I tell you what so-and-so said to me? And do I really do this? You know, I just needed to know, is this something that is valid? Is it a valid criticism, or is it something that somebody just doesn't like, you know? And there's a difference between the two. So here's 3 tips for dealing with critics, because the more influence you have, the more critics you're gonna have. The more horses in the stable, the more poop you're gonna shovel. Let's put it that way. That's how it goes. The first tip is to chew the meat and spit out the fat. Sometimes when someone criticizes you, they're actually teaching you something or showing you something that you might not have seen. So we don't dismiss all criticism like, I'm not gonna hear anything that you said to me, because a lot of times it can be a valid concern in that criticism and could be something that we need to work on and we need to improve on. But we have to spit out the fat. We have to spit out the things that we don't need. We take the good stuff and we get rid of the rest. So chew the meat, spit out the fat. That's the first tip for dealing with critics. The second tip is that, like I said, the more influence you have, the more critics you're gonna have. And it was funny, I was talking with my friend about this, and I was like, well, if I don't put something, I know somebody's gonna criticize me, and if I do put something, somebody's gonna criticize me. And it's just that thing where you're just like, you just begin to know, the more that you get outside your box and you do what is in your heart, the more critics you're gonna have. And it is okay. It's okay that a lot of times it's people, I haven't even got to point number 2, I'm just rambling right now. A lot of times people are criticizing you because you're getting out of the box that they put you in. And that is uncomfortable for them. So that's the source of some criticism. But it's so important when you are criticized. This is number 2. Go back to your why. What's your why when you're criticized? What is your why for beginning? What is your why for stretching yourself? What is your why for doing this new thing, or for not accepting the things that you accepted in the past, or for drawing that new boundary? There's always a why. So number 1, chew the meat, spit out the fat. Number 2, remember your why. That's going to take you back, because so much of criticism has to do with motivation and perceived motivation. And it's not even a lot of times really what you're doing, but it's what people see. And my mom asked this question yesterday on her Facebook, what's the difference between arrogance and confidence? And a lot of it has to do with the way people perceive you. Like, people a lot of times have perceived me as arrogant, but I'm not arrogant. I'm confident, and I'm walking in the things that God has given me. And I hope it doesn't come across as arrogance, but if you see me as that way, that's your perception of me, not who I am. And so we have to remember our why, our motivation. And I say the number 3 thing that we have to remember when we're dealing with our critics is this one thing. You can be the most beautiful, the fuzziest, the most delicious, the most juicy, the most tasty, the most ripe, perfect peach that has ever been on the planet. And there are some people that just don't like peaches. So don't worry about it. If it's a person, you can be as amazing as you can be, but there are some people that don't like it. That is okay. That's not your tribe. That's not your people. That's not the people that you go to for encouragement, right? So we all have critics, but listen, just be the juiciest and ripest and sweetest and fuzziest and whatever other adjectives I can think of to describe this peach that you can be. And don't worry about the people that just don't like peaches. It's just gonna happen. It happens to us in business, with our photography business. It happens in life. There's just some people that don't like you. It's okay. Yeah, just let them go. They're not your tribe anyway. So I hope this helps somebody out there, and I hope you have an amazing day. And let's not be critics. Let's be encouragers. The world has plenty of critics already. We don't need to add to that. I know I'm preaching to the choir because you guys are encouragers and dreamers. So let's add to the encouragers out there. I hope you have an amazing week, and I have an incredible guest for you on Monday. I need to check with her, make sure we're still on because I just got back. But she's an incredible special needs mom, and we're going to be talking about how to support the special needs families that are around you and what they wish we knew. And it's going to be amazing. You are going to love hearing your heart, and I'll tell you who it is before then. So see you on Monday, 8:30. Love you all. Have an awesome weekend, and may your mind be fierce and your hearts be very strong and your spirit be very kind this week. Don't worry about the critics. Just be the peachiest peach you can be. Bye.